Fitness Life series. You know yourself better than anybody. When it comes into fitness, you need to be honest with yourself. You are the captain of your ship. You know how you are. You know how you deal with things. You know when you're ready to do something. You know how your work ethic is. You also know how you react to anything that comes your way. No one knows these things about you but you. With that being said, fitness cannot be fooled or tricked. It will show exactly the amount of work that you put into it. The mirror is your proof of all things fitness. It will not lie to you. Be ready to accept what the mirror tells you. This is Mom's Fitness Life series. Let's go do the work required. Today I want to discuss my new series. I believe I had mentioned a little heads up about this series, the Mom Fitness. I don't know, I forgot how I call it. So today I want to start with how you could get going in terms of choosing a gym. I know I had said that I'll get other videos to sort of put in here, but I felt like maybe I should start with my experience. I have at least three examples of how I was able to choose my gym based on certain point of my life, perhaps that could relate to you. And then I'll look for links of how some professionals sort of discuss it, whether it may be videos or articles or blogs about choosing a gym. So I did say that I want to start that little series in terms of importance. So I believe the first step, pretty much, once you decide to choose a gym, not choose a gym, once you decided to, change your lifestyle, to start working out, now is the point where how do you choose a gym? For me. So let me start when I was in college. I have a video where I was talking about the equipment that I have in the house, and one of them I believe I discussed about the free weights, and I sort of mentioned how I was able to obtain it. So I'll put the link of that video, which might help you. It sort of discuss why I had certain equipment and when certain point in my life. So pretty much when I was in college, the college that I was in, at the time, they were fixing the fitness facility. So I did not have any gym. So at the time, I find out, because I had other friends from different colleges, CUNY in New York. So they told me that at Lehman College, if you are part of the CUNY system, you could use their gym. You just have to show your card and just work out, I believe, the last few hours of the before they close, right? So I used to, I think sometime on Saturdays or whenever I'm near my cousin, if I'm staying late, so I go and work out. So I use the facility to the best of my ability without paying. So that's how I was able to work out sometimes, at the facility. Then when for my house, I was renting a room near the college that I was going to. So what I did is that I purchased some free weights at Modell's, and then when I can't go to the gym, which was at Lehman College, it was further away from me, I do some bench press, some squats, some bicep curls, some shrugs, whatever that I can do with the dumbbells. I was able to work out at home. It's minor movement, push-ups, sit-ups, and things like that. So I was able to save money, especially when you're in college. You can't, you need every penny, to pay for your classes, pay for rent, transportation, food, and all of that. So I didn't spend that much on going to the gym, with the exception of just buying a couple dumbbells. I believe I bought one 30 pounds and one 15 pounds, okay? So the 30 pounds, I was able to do heavy stuff with it. The 15 pounds, I was able to do, either a superset of something of whatever movement that I was doing. So that was one specific part in my life, how I was able to still work out without spending money. I know some of you money may not be an issue, so I'm just talking based on my experience. The second part of my life was when I started working. The way I chose the gym that I was going to, there were several small little gyms in my neighborhood, walking distance to the public transportation and things like that. The only problem that I had with some of the gyms that were closer to me is that they were small. I felt like it's like, you know, I will not be comfortable there. It was claustrophobic, right? There were a lot of equipment, not enough room to move around, and you have to go in a basement. I didn't like the vibe, the environment. I didn't think that I'll feel comfortable going there. The other gym that they had, which was right across from the other one, it was slightly larger, but it was in a basement. And again, when there's a lot of people, it doesn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable at all, even though it was closer to my house. My ideal way of choosing a gym is to choose one that is closer to you. That way you have no excuse to avoid it, right? But these two gyms at the time, early in my career, these two gyms were exactly walking distance from my house. I did not like it because the environment, right? So instead, I choose one in New York. It was Bally's. It was near Madison Square Garden. The reason I chose that one is that when I go to work, I used to get off on the train near there. So it was almost the same way where I can't avoid it, right? Either I could go to the gym before I go to work, I just have to get up slightly early, or after work before I get home. So the gym was somewhat in the vicinity of my path, right? So that's how I was able to choose that gym. It wasn't that small and it wasn't that big, but you know, I could move around freely. You know, it wasn't crowded all the time, so I feel comfortable working out there. So that's why I choose that one. For two reasons: it was close to my path to work and going home, and it was the space in the facility was comfortable. So I choose something that was comfortable to me, right? If money is not an issue with you, you could choose any gym that you want, right? But that was another experience in my life. The third experience in my life was like around here, around this time, after I had given birth. So when I had stopped going to the gym at Bally's in New York, I wasn't working, so I didn't go to any gym. I was working at home with the same dumbbells that I had from college. So I was doing stuff at home only, and then just walk around the neighborhood and things like that. And when I had given birth, I had stopped completely. So after I gave birth to two kids, you know, my body had completely transformed from before. I became like a balloon. So I knew I wanted to lose the weight, but I wasn't ready yet. As soon as I was ready, I chose a gym that was closer to me. By that time, the environment, the area and the neighborhood had already changed. There's different fitness facilities in the area. The two small ones that I spoke about have closed. They were closed. So there was one that was much bigger, and when I went to sign up, before I signed up, I went in there to check it out, right? They had two levels. The main floor was where everything that I needed, the machines, the dumbbells, the free weights, all the upper body exercises machines were there. So even though they made me walk around, they had upstairs where they had the locker room and treadmills and stuff like that. That wasn't for me. Only the locker room. And I hardly use the locker room because from here, from my house, I already dressed up, and then all I had to do is go warm up and work out, put my jacket back on, and come home. I didn't really need the upstairs, but occasionally I did use it. And they had a basement. That's where they did some classes. I never went down there. It was too claustrophobic for me. I didn't like it, but what I needed were at the main level, the free weights, the dumbbells, the machines, and stuff like that. So I was able to choose. It's like maybe 4 or 5 blocks from my house, walking distance, and the price was pretty much almost the same as all the others. There were some that were further away. I wanted one that is close to me. That way I don't have any excuse, especially when it's raining or snowing. I don't have excuse to say, oh my God, I have to walk this far, or you know, a certain distance. It was just walking distance, so I signed up. And that was my experience for how I choose the gym. Now, for some of you, if you don't have the luxury of signing up for a gym, I would suggest just buy some minor stuff. Like I said, I will put the link of some of the equipments that I have at home. You know, you could do some stuff at home, but you have to be dedicated. Sometimes it's hard to work out at home because you're not mentally strong or to do the work. So for instance, even though sometimes now that I am going to the gym, very rarely I work out at home because I know at the gym they have all those machines and I pay for it too. So I prefer working out at the gym, unless if you know there's a snowstorm or something like that. I will work at home. When I was going through some issues with the gym that I had just discussed, how I was able to choose it, I had stopped going there and I work at home. I have maybe 2 or 3 videos, some pretty decent workout that I did here. I recorded it, and then you know, it was a very decent workout. So it's one of those when you really dedicated and you have the mindset to really do it and you know what you're doing, it can be done at home. So yeah, what I will do is that I'm gonna try to find links and vlogs about other experts of how they sort of discuss how one should choose a gym. So for me, pretty much is I like to choose one that is close by me, and I prefer walking distance. And you know, if for instance, let's say there's one that is close by me and it's very expensive compared to one that's maybe a mile, I could walk a mile, that is cheaper than the one to my house, guess what? You bet you I'm gonna go to the one that's cheaper. Depend on the environment again. So price we have to be careful with price. Sometimes what you pay, you will get for what you pay for. So if the thing is cheaper, but each time you go the machines are broken and it's dirty and things like that, I'm not gonna spend my money there, even though it's much cheaper than any other facility. I will go to the one that I feel comfortable, that I will you know, I could walk and go there anytime that I want, based on their time of opening. So this, you know, may not be the best way of explaining it, but I felt like it would be better to sort of give you my experience of how I was able to choose a gym, you know. So yep, that's it. And the next video, I'm gonna discuss about how to start choosing your workout. Once you choose a gym, how you start your workout. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. And please let me know if you have other suggestion And on this one, I sort of give you my experience. It may not be the best way to explain it, but that was my experience. I feel more comfortable sharing how I was able to choose a gym. Again, there will be links of different blogs and videos, if I find any, of how one can choose a gym. Thanks for watching.